Hey there. I was involved in a hit and run. I was struck by a vehicle while crossing the crosswalk. I was in the crosswalk, crossing the street, four lane road, with a median in between. Okay. As you can tell from me being home, I'm clearly okay. Um, at least no injuries actually need really any care. Um, you know, my phone was pretty much dead, so I was over there uh, about the Taco Bell. I went there, told them I needed to, call, 911, let them know what happened. Because, that's like, you got to report that right away. Not just, even if you feel like you're okay, you still should report it to make sure you're checked out and everything. And even if you get, even if you don't want to get checked out, you still need to report that because that's a felony. It's a mandatory report. If you hit a person or a vehicle that has a person in it and you run, that's a felony. I looked it up because there was an incident where I saw someone um, hit a pole on private property and drive off. And I was like, do I need to report that? Start looking into it. That's since no one was seriously injured from anyone was seriously injured. It would be a misdemeanor, and I'm supposed to report that. Um, but it had been a while, so it was at KFC. I went over to KFC, told them what happened, and they said they'd check the cameras, and that's probably all I could do because it's property owners, it's an insurance claim, and then they're gonna take care of it. Of course, they've got video footage, so there's nothing I could tell them um, that they wouldn't be able to see for themselves. I didn't get the license plate number or anything. So anyway, yeah, I was hit by a vehicle, and me being home is probably a pretty good indication that I'm okay. Um, Scraped my elbow a little bit on the vehicle. It was head on, so I got knocked back. Uh, Basically, as soon as I realized that vehicle was not going to stop in time, because I put my hands out and as I'm like, oh, this is coming into me. My first thought was maintain balance. Do not fall. Do not fall. Do not hit your head. That was the pretty much first thought that came to me in my head at that point. And so I don't know if I moved my legs back immediately in preparation or what, but I was able to do some back work, shuffle my legs back, and remain upright. Uh, so EMTs came, checked me out. Vitals came normal. I was walking and moving fine. Able to do this. Everything checked out fine. No broken bones. Scraped up elbow, but there wasn't even a open wound on the elbow. Skin was flaking off one up, but I mean there was even open. There's no blood or anything. So I'm gonna be really sore tomorrow, and I'm already feeling the soreness kick in. Uh, the medics said there's not really anything they could do for me. They could have sent me to the hospital, but they were kind of trying to push that there's nothing they could do for me. And some people might be upset with that, but in their defense, things are going crazy in town. Things are going crazy in the world. They probably need every ambulance available they can have, and for someone who's clearly showing, who didn't hit their head, doesn't have any problem moving, no wooziness, vitals are fine. It's like there's really nothing a hospital can do for them. So I'm gonna take up an ambulance if someone else might need, and I'm gonna be taking up an emergency department bed which someone else might need first. I just don't need to get done. Okay, so sorry, I'm just stretching there in my legs. I'm gonna keep stretching tonight. Hopefully that will help delay any pain. Um, they said I can just take some. I'm just gonna be really sore tomorrow, and I can just take some over-the-counter painkillers, pain relievers, Tylenol, Bayer, etc., and all that stuff. Anyway, that's that. I'm fine. Give him all the information I could think of at the time. I might get a phone call from a detective later today. We'll see what happened. I don't want to give anyone here too many details because I know I've got some ardent fans, some really people who really like me, like my videos, and whatnot. So I'm not gonna give too many details because I don't. Honestly, it's not that I don't want you to look for the individual that did this. It's more of along the lines of my concern is that people will not act, will just get very irrational, start pointing fingers, and become. What might happen is they're like, "Oh, you definitely did this. You definitely did this," when it really wasn't even that person. That person didn't even do it, and they just are not going to be harassed. So that's why I know people would have good intentions, but that's why I'm not going to give you too many details as far as what happened. It's just because people can go a little crazy, especially when someone they know or care about is involved in a crime of some kind. Um, but it's how should I? But it's just something where you gotta leave it to people who are more analytical. We're not gonna get too emotional about the matter. You could probably look at any kind of public information if you want. It's gonna be today around so it's 8:12. It's around 4 around 4 p.m. Or 3 p.m. I think it was around 3 p.m. It was like around 3 p.m. maybe. Probably around 3. Yeah, it would have been around 3 p.m. 3:10, 3:15, 3:20, somewhere around there, 3 something. Um, 8:12, 3 something, 2023. And it was over on. It was over by I don't know if it's 7474 or 4747 Cold War Road. That's the Taco Bell. Anyway, I called from there because my phone was almost dead. I called them, let them know. I had to get their phone, reported it. They took as much information as I could remember. But due to the fact that because I'm not wearing my glasses and I have trouble with faces, I honestly told them I probably couldn't identify them. So because I didn't have a full license plate number, I probably wouldn't be able to identify the person. I got a good look at them. They're probably not going to actually put me too high on the risk on the list of things that need to get solved. I mean, we get murders, we get different types of assault here, in Fort Wayne. So the likelihood of an incident because even one of the EMTs said that happens a lot, hit and runs, people hitting pedestrians running. The likelihood of me being that high on their list of just one person, pedestrian, getting hit in a hit and run, doesn't have a full license plate number, is not confident in their ability to recognize the individual. It's what's going on. For a good reason, I'm probably not going to be that high on their list. Ooh, there's a spot. I'm not gonna be that high on their list of priorities of what needs to be solved. But oh no, it's with good reason. It's a good reason. It's just with everything that goes on. A random person being hit in a way where the most are going to have some soreness and a scraped elbow, and didn't have to go to the hospital or anything. The chance of them having me, unless this is an individual unless they have multiple reports of it from such a vehicle description, there's probably, because the likelihood of it being solved it's probably not that. It's not that high on their priorities of things to get done. But that's with just reason. They really shouldn't put me that high on a list of what needs to be taken care of, because it's just of everything that goes on and the likelihood of that vehicle being identified, driver being identified, and whatnot. Yeah, but just letting you know that happened. So gonna keep stretching tonight. See ya.